What I don't appreciate is picking a side when I think they are favoring one side over another. All of these issues from the sheriff's perspective are teed up just like they were the court. They need to wait until one of the recognized courts that can give them instruction, has the law behind them to give them instruction, does so. Mr. Brandenburg does not have power over the sheriff's department. His issuing a piece of paper is no different than if I issued a piece of paper. To call this even in greater contention, the other faction refuses to honor the only Jamul Indian tribal court that was ever created back in 1995. Decisions were issued by that court and taken in the proper process to the San Diego Superior Court, where they are still pending to be given full faith and credit under the system. We get the right to do that after we get the rest of the litigation determined to show that we properly created the court. Their side never bothers to do any of that. They haven't gone to one of the recognized courts to get Brandenburg's piece of paper stamped one way or the other, because they know if they were to do that, it would be a longer process than they want. They want to jump the gun, kick us off the property, and get their buildings built before we have a chance to get legal recourse. That's not fair, that's not appropriate, and that's why we have a sheriff's department.
And it's not legal.
What we saw on Monday was horrific. My partner in business and I went over there and took pictures, and we were threatened while we were there. And I'll let you know that we did get pictures. They're up on the wall. You can see what happened to Mr. Rosales' house and Ms. Toggery's house. They both were destroyed, breaking the very thing they signed by their, quote, chairman. I'm angry today, I'm mad, but I'm not going to stop fighting, and I'm here to ask you all to stay with us because we have a right to stand up for the rights of the...
They've already started demoing on the other house. This is the other house, what's left of it now. They are now demoing on the rest of it out front, ripping it up. As you can see, the loader over here on the corner here. Sorry for the jerkiness, but I'm kind of rocking through some rough land. And I know some of these houses have got asbestos in them too. As you can see, there's already, all the houses are gone except one.
Well, it certainly appears that they have no respect for the people who are interred on this property. And they just as soon rip up the property, do the irreparable damage to those families, and then say, oh, we're sorry, I think one of their side was once quoted, we'll burn a little sage and say a prayer. Now that, I think, is the reaction of the other side. This is not something you can burn a little sage and say a prayer over. This is a heck of a lot more important, both to us
That's right.
and our clients.
California Public Resources Code and the California Health and Safety Code make grave robbing a felony. There shall be no further excavation, that's what grading contractors do, or disturbance of the site or any nearby area reasonably suspected to overlie adjacent remains. In 2000, you've heard me talk about this, we asked a Freedom of Information Act request from the BIA for all documents concerning Jamul, and lo and behold, we got Carmen Fascio's memo that acknowledges that the BIA has known for years that the 4.66 acres that the Dailies granted was never given to the village. It was always, as the title reads, to the United States to be held in trust for half-blood Jamul Indians as the Secretary shall designate. There has never been any other designation other than the allowance by the government of Walter and Karen and the 7 families to live on the property.
I'm not kidding.
Are they going to dump it on the Indian land?
No, because that...
Every person who willfully mutilates, disinters, removes from the place of interment any remains known to be human, without authority of law, is guilty of a felony. Now that's not just Native Americans, that's any of us. And that statute's been around for 100 years.